My boy, my boy.
Back in, dog. We back
Yes,
in,
sir.
bro.
It's been too long, bro.
It's been a minute, bro.
Bro done got married.
My boy done got married. Yo, we had a productive 2 weeks off, man.
Yes,
We had
sir.
a productive 2 weeks off. We back in the building, man. Prep Talk Weekly with the guys, man. My
Yes,
boy
sir.
Marcus Desmond will be on here soon. I'm Tyrell, man. Glad to have everybody back. Um, really excited to kind of get into stuff, man. We got this is the last week of high school football, regular season.
Playoff time,
So
baby.
playoff time. Can you believe it, bro?
Man,
Season. We're
quick,
already
man.
we're already in November, man. The season done went by so quick, man.
Man, why is
Um,
it always football? Like, I mean, obviously football is a shorter season,
yeah,
but man, that thing be going by so quick.
quick, bro. So we've been in it since summertime. Like, so
Man.
we've been getting to it. So we got you got the gate, obviously the Gators and the Georgia game. You got Florida State took a L, Jaguars took a L. Pretty much everybody in Florida took a L last week except Miami.
Right.
And they felt like they won the freaking national championship. So um, I mean, a lot of good stuff going on, and then you got the whole Henry Ruggs thing. You got the trade deadline. I mean, we're
Hmm.
not too much happened at the trade deadline, right? So, not too much to report on there, but
Melvin Ingram.
um, Melvin Ingram. But let's get started, man. Let's kind of recap and see where the high school rankings are right now.
All right.
As we head into the final week of the season, because some teams are already done and they this is their bye week.
Yeah.
So they're just waiting on their seating for the playoffs. So we're gonna start in the 8A, and I'll kind of give a rundown. Let me go ahead and share.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. You can see that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got number one. You got Venice. You got Seminole.
Usual suspects.
Lake Mary. Treasure Coast.
What's the one?
West Orange is doing really well this year. Western.
Oh,
I'm interested.
Western's 8A?
Yeah. I'm interested to see about Western. I got a guy on there. Played for a team out of Miami, 7-on-7. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He did a YouTube.
yeah. YouTube guy. So he's pretty good. I talked to him. Um, so interested to see what they're doing. But you got Riverview, Sarasota, Vero Beach, Bartram. And so that's I'm surprised Bartram is 8-1 and they are ranked ninth in the state, which
Yeah,
is
I mean,
not
they
bad. I
played
mean,
a tough
still top
schedule.
10.
They
Yeah,
played a
still
tough schedule.
they
So.
did. They did. And then you got a Popka, of course. Palm Beach is 8-0. So it's weird you got some 8-0 teams on here, man. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're just going, yeah, obviously all this is based off the strength of schedule.
Yep.
So that's kind of how they're going off the rankings. But Bartram had a pretty man. Bartram had like the looks like the fourth best like strength of schedule in the state for 8A,
Yeah. They. I
and only
mean,
lost and only
they,
lost one game.
they're loaded front
Yeah.
to back as far as just tough opponents on top of their district's schedule.
So these are
Yeah.
your top 25. So how many get in? How many get into the playoffs?
That I'm not completely sure because I never know the rounds of the playoffs. Like it seems like it's like different
I
per
think
classification.
I think so. I think it's important to note. I think maybe the at least the top 25 get in,
Yeah.
or maybe it because I mean that seems like that's kind of how it shakes out.
I know it's different from when we were in. It used to be district and then
Because
district runner up,
yeah, it
but
goes. Let's see.
now it's district and based on your
So
win
you got
loss and strength of schedule.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's nine. There's really
Like
like
Creekside's
nine
a top
districts.
20. Creekside's a top 20, I believe. Yeah,
Is
they're
Creek
top 20.
is Creekside 8A? No,
Yeah, they're in the same district with Bartram and Mandarin and Sandalwood.
I don't see them ranked on here.
They're at the
Oh, they
bottom.
are. There they are. They're 18. 18. Okay.
But Creeks, like minus their district, they don't play anybody. Look at their strength of schedule. Like,
Right.
I mean, so they're a team that, yeah, they're probably in the top 25 in the classification, but they'll probably be a low seed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, that makes the playoffs, I think, a little bit better. Um, you got the pretty good teams that may be traveling on the road throughout the playoffs. So, uh,
I think that
it's
make
gonna
that
be
makes
some good games.
it's definitely gonna make a difference. I'm interested to see how the bracket shakes out. So
Yeah,
let's see. So let's go. Let's move on to 7A.
yeah. I think 7A and 6A is probably those.
You got St. Thomas Aquinas, of course, at number one. Tampa Bay Tech,
Okay.
9-0. I've heard
Buchholz is a tough team.
Buchholz, yeah.
They just they beaten Bowles.
Bartram has Buchholz tomorrow, I
Well, yeah, I
believe,
was going to say they played Bartram.
at home.
They played a lot of the good Jacksonville teams actually.
Yeah, I'm
And
thinking maybe
Buchholz is nothing to
maybe
play with.
maybe we hit one of those games tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have
Mhm.
to see.
And
But
then
so you got Buchholz. Is it at? I wonder if the game is at. Yeah, it's at Bartram Trail. At Bartram at 7. Okay. And then you got Spruce Creek. You got
mm,
Niceville, Lakeland,
Dillard.
Dillard, Edgewater, Armwood, Lake Gibson. These are pretty much all the teams that are good every year, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say usual.
Miramar, Lehigh,
No Jacksonville
University.
in there.
Nope, no Jacksonville.
Hmm.
Let's see what Jacksonville Metro. Oh, okay. They don't break it down that far. Okay, let's go back to. All right, so let's see what 6A is looking like. So you got Jesuit, Naples, undefeated, Pine Forest, Jones, Riverside. Riverside, man, I want to see what they're gonna do in the playoffs.
No, I was going to say none of those teams want to see Riverside.
No,
Albeit I haven't seen probably those top three teams play.
yeah, we haven't seen Riverside in a few weeks play either.
Yeah,
Like we actually been there in person, but they've won, pretty
yeah,
handily every
yeah.
time. So
Their only loss was to Columbia, and that was a fluke. They're up what, like 14 points with a couple minutes left, and
yeah,
they're losing it.
you got Northwestern, Hillsboro, Dunbar,
Mm-hmm.
Mosley, Vanguard. Not really familiar with a ton of these teams.
St.
Gainesville,
Augustine's in
St.
there.
Augustine, 5 and
Columbia.
3. So I think St. Augustine. It might come down to a lot of these teams last week of the season, man. Whether they get a spot or not.
Yep.
Ain't like last year where everybody got in.
Yeah, definitely
Which
not
I don't
last.
even know. I don't even know how they navigated that. To be honest,
Yeah, that's another story for another day.
letting
Like, how long
everybody
was the
get in.
playoffs?
Right. The playoffs were long. Okay, so you got 5A, you got
Central,
Central,
of course.
American Heritage. Can you believe that? Well, there's strength of schedule, so they
Easy.
still wait. So how do these rankings work? So these are just rankings. These aren't necessarily
The best
where, yeah,
teams.
where they're at in their respective like division. Reigns is 7-2, so Reigns is going to get in.
Yeah, they
I
won their
think they
district.
won. Yeah, they won their district, right?
So, yep. Yep. Baker County's in there. They're top 12.
Let's see. You got Baker,
Man,
Wakulla, North Marion,
Ed White's top 16. Sheesh.
6-2. That's good, man.
Parker.
Parker 6-4.
Sheesh.
Let's see.
BK.
God. Oh yeah.
This is a
Bishop Key.
strong Jacksonville
Yeah,
classification.
and 5A. Yeah, 5A for sure.
So that means one of our guys got to get to the state championship.
Real Reigns is top 10.
I like what they're doing at Reigns. Offensively, I want to see a little more.
I think Bowles is gonna run through 4A though. Think they'll run through 4A. Coco might give them. They moved up. They moved up this year though.
Ooh, Jackson slid into the top 10 at a 4A.
Andrew. Yep.
Sheesh.
Jackson's quietly been stacking wins, bro.
Yeah,
Quietly been stacking wins, and they got a decent team. I think it just took them.
they
This
do
they
have a
got a
good.
they got a first year coach.
Yeah.
Um, maybe took them some time to put some stuff together, but we're gonna have a lot of playoff games here on the
Yeah.
first coast,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Yep. Yep. A lot of good, a lot of well coached team. Like that's one thing about this season that I've liked. Going to the games, man. A lot of these teams are very well coached.
Yep,
Everybody has their things here and there, but man, the coaching has been impeccable this season.
most definitely, man. Some good coaches in the city for sure. You
Mm,
got Baldwin. Let's see.
Jeez.
Uh, let's see. Andrew Jett. But man, good. So this is 4A.
Yeah.
So it looks like Bowles will probably have to play maybe Jackson.
Ooh, Cardinal Gibbons. Ooh, a
Yeah.
potential Cardinal Gibbons Bowl state a rematch. That'd be a rematch, wouldn't it?
Yep. They both had a really good strength of schedule.
Um,
Coco had the strongest strength of schedule and they went 7-1. That's tough.
no, Coco always has a thing.
Coco's good, bro. They had that one kid, Cedric from
The running back.
no, he plays wideout and he plays corner. He's like the one kid who I had that video of him going crazy at the Florida State camp.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was the kid from West Orange. Okay,
Mm-mm,
okay,
nah,
yeah, okay,
Cedric.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He's really, really fast, really talented kid from Coco.
No,
So
Coco
yeah, they're
always
they're
has
they're
a
the
good.
real deal. Let's see. Got Desmond hopping in here. Yo,
My
Yo,
boy.
what's going on, man?
what's going on, fellas?
We
What's
back
up, people?
back
What's up?
back in the saddle, man. We back in the saddle.
Yes, sir.
We're just going over some high school rankings here. We went from 8A, we're down to 3A now. Just trying to see, get us caught up. We've been out the past few weeks, so just getting caught up on everything. So this is 3A. If you missed it, so 4A, man, there's tons of Jacksonville. Just kind of pop back in there. 4A, give you a look at it. It's 4A. There's tons of Jacksonville. You got Andrew Jackson, crept back into the top 10. You got Bowles. Let's
Who's
see,
number one?
Coco.
Coco.
Okay.
Yep. Um, let's see.
Wow, yeah, that's gonna be an interesting division right there.
Nah, I
Killian.
say
Shout out to
six
my boy
A.
Robert McKay at Killian, offensive coordinator. Having
I
10 and
say
0 this year.
six
10 and
A.
0. What do you think about Killian? What do you think they'll do in the 5A?
They're
I,
not
I
getting.
totally passed them up.
They're not getting though.
The toughest thing is they're gonna. I mean, it's
They
gonna
got to
come
play
down to
Central.
American Heritage or
If,
Central. You have to play
if
one of
Reigns
those.
gets their quarterback back, I think Reigns will make some noise too.
I
Because
think
Reigns
he's
got
back. I think he is back.
yeah,
I
Reigns
think he
got
is back.
Reigns got defensive players, bro, and I think they went on like a run where they were winning their last couple games.
Now
They got
the state champion is gonna come out of American Heritage versus Central, in my opinion.
Yeah,
bro.
but
No,
I think they got to play each other though. So
That's what I'm saying. Like in the semifinal,
whoever the winner,
did
I
did
mean,
did Heritage's quarterback come back?
yeah, that's a
That's
big key for them.
that's the
I was about to
question.
say that's a
Yeah.
big factor
That's
right
what it's
there.
gonna come down to for them.
The Killian's loaded, man. They got some.
They're
They got a
deep,
lot
but
of. They got
but
a lot of talent.
Trinity carved them boys up, man.
Yeah.
Trinity carved them up. Even and they wasn't lacking on defense. They had all their guys. So it's interesting to see.
Yeah.
So let's go to 2A.
I mean, but that same token, can you? Well, I wouldn't say Trinity is not that good because I still think they're a good team, but they've lost a couple games. So I mean, do we not think American Heritage is a
Can y'all still
good?
see that?
Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
don't know what happened there, but okay. So Trinity, man, Trinity is 2A, bro.
And that's
Trinity's
disrespectful.
2A. Are you kidding
They
me?
running through all that.
They can play with the big dogs, bro.
I can't tell you a team that I'm looking at in the top
Five.
three.
They beat the brakes off a 5A team, bro.
Toughest team might be UC, and they'll scrub UC by 4 touchdowns probably.
Easy.
No
Yeah.
disrespect. I think UC it does have a good team as well.
It's hard for me, bro, but I can't respect like the 2As and the
I
one
can't either.
A's. I can't respect it, bro.
You can't control the
Yeah,
enrollment in your school, but
yeah, you
in
can,
that case, I would want a Trinity to be like an IMG at that point.
yeah, yeah.
Like
They need, yeah, because the class, but
play the rest of the
IMG,
schedule.
so IMG can never win a state title though.
Right, but shoot, but you're signing 20 guys every year. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
yeah.
Trinity's a factory, so they're gonna sign guys winning a state championship or not.
I think they.
There's 1 and 2 for them. I think in this classification, it's one is clear 1 and 2. Maybe UC.
But UC got to play Trinity.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Maybe they
More
can
than
sneak
likely.
in, but it's a 1-2 race on this one.
Yeah,
Gotta eat some of the kid Halloween candy, man.
man, I already murdered that. That's fine. Well, man, 1A. I can't even tell you a team in 1A
Right.
besides Florida School of the Deaf
Oh,
and Blind, probably.
Madison County. Madison County usually keep a good.
Oh, that they the state. They won that.
Pahokee.
Ooh, I forgot about. Ooh, they won A. What was Glade Central then? If they're 1A, what's Glade Central?
All right.
Madison and Pahokee running through all that.
Chiefland. I was about to
So
say Chiefland.
you mean to tell me all them time the whole time, bro, that Pahokee was running and winning, bro?
They
I don't
playing.
know if they
I
always
hope
win.
not.
That's
But keep
trash.
an eye on Chiefland, man. They 9-0. That's another. I don't know why they. I guess strength of schedule is the reason why they're ranked 6.
Okay,
And
so we
I'll
got
say
a
Fort Meade too. Like they're a
for me
tradition
Yeah.
team.
4-4. The fighting Fort Meads.
Yeah, I remember them from back in the day for some reason.
And I don't know if you saw the 8A where the big boys play. Desmond. You got Venice,
Yeah, who
Seminole.
you liking that one?
This is stacked.
It's some
This
ones
shit.
that's kind of
Whew.
flipped up with having Venice and Church of Coast. Some of those teams
Because
up.
those used to be 6A teams, right? Or 6A or 5A teams, right?
Yeah, so seeing them, we're just and even just seeing them at the top, where you with
Yeah.
teams like Palmetto, Apopka, Deerfield Beach.
Bro, this is when you look from top to bottom, this bitch
Hitters,
stacked,
hitters,
bro.
hitters.
Yeah, Dr.
Stacked.
Phillips,
You got Venice, Seminole, bro. All top 25
Columbus
games.
Still in
Central.
there. Yeah.
All of them.
And you throw a
Deerfield,
Creekside in there, you throw a Palm
Columbus.
Coast in there, like shit.
You got Boone,
Yeah, a lot of
Boone
Orlando
Park.
schools. It's crazy. All this many schools in Orlando are 8A. Like to be that big of schools, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like that's
that
crazy.
that population. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You got all these schools within that area.
Jacksonville's
Seminole, Winter
Jacksonville's
Garden,
Jacksonville's like the
Kareem.
second one though, with the most probably. Well, you got Bartram, you got Creekside, you got Mandarin.
Yeah.
Who else? Sandalwood.
Yeah, them in Miami probably right there, neck and neck.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got pretty much caught up on football, man. Today it's the last week here, so um, a lot of these teams are probably in already. They've already won their district, so and then there's some that are on the bubble and they got to win this last week. So I'm interested to see. We were saying Buchholz plays Bartram Trail tomorrow at home, and Buchholz was ranked like second in 7A, I
Yeah,
Mm.
believe.
something like that. Second or third.
Let's see, third, yeah, third in 7A, 8-1. So I don't think it'll affect their seeding, but to be a good game to win for either team, heading into the playoffs,
Yeah, I was gonna say
give you some
that's like a
confidence.
playoff team. Yeah,
Yeah,
like a playoff game.
give you some confidence. So that's kind of getting everybody caught up on what's going on in the high school game. Got your rankings, got the record for pretty much everybody, and we'll just wait to see what happens this last week before we head into the playoffs in about a week and a half. So um,
It'll be interesting.
yeah. So next thing, man,
That's
let's
good.
let's let's kind of recap. Let's recap this past week of college football and kind
No.
of get your guys' thoughts on some things. Where did you guys want to start on that?
Let's start on the top four, the
Okay.
playoff rankings.
So
Playoff.
I got the rankings here. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing this. Stop screen.
And that Michigan State loss don't look too bad after all.
Right.
Yeah.
Michigan State, Alabama. We lost to Virginia on the freshman kicker missed the field goal. And we lost to North Carolina freshman quarterback throws an interception going in to win the game. So honestly, I'm okay right now with my Hurricanes. I know for anybody that don't know what we was talking about, but talking about the Miami Hurricanes. So I'm okay with them right now, especially
Yeah,
after the last 2 weeks. But let's
yeah.
jump into the playoff.
We was talking about the Hurricanes at the tailgate. You got some Hurricane fans at the tailgate we were at too. Um, let's see. All right, so these are your playoff rankings. Thoughts, guys? Thoughts?
So just a quick thought for me. I pretty much agreed for the most part with the top four besides Michigan State. I would have threw Cincinnati in there just because I don't think they will be
I
there
think
at the end of the day.
they're robbing Cincinnati, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Them
But
boys are them boys are legit.
yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be there at the end just because they're going to throw in that strength of schedule and all that stuff. But I would have liked to see, uh, one of those what do you call group of five schools in the top four.
Do you think
That's the only
Cincinnati's
complaint.
better than Michigan State though? I think
think
that's what
so.
it came
I think it
down
would
to.
be a very good game head to
Yeah.
head. I think it would be a very good.
Michigan. Look at Michigan State. Look at Michigan State, right? And what the game of Michigan told me is that Michigan is just who we thought they were. Year
Michigan is
after year, they're pretenders, bro.
exactly.
And Michigan Michigan State has a lot of issues. Like they have flaws. Like so, their quarterback is a big liability. Um,
But
they
they
don't really.
possibly got Heisman in the backfield though. So I think that's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Yeah, he's a
yeah.
big equalizer. He's a
But
big.
it's like when you get in that college football playoff, bro, you gonna run. They not gonna move the ball against any one of these teams in the
No,
top
not
two.
against them.
You're not gonna move the ball. If you're not even running the ball, we're not even talking about you can't pass.
No.
So it just all. I think they really have to take into consideration, bro, where these guys are playing at. Like the Big Ten, I get it.
Yeah,
Believe me, I get it. And I think a lot of this is going to shake itself out the last few
exactly.
weeks of the season, anyways, because Michigan State has to play Penn State and they have to play Ohio State.
All right.
So, and then you got the Big Ten championship, Big 12, all that. So I think it's going to shake itself out, anyways. Oklahoma's ranked 8. Are they undefeated?
No, they got one loss.
Who's their one loss?
No, they are
Oh,
undefeated.
they're
That's it.
undefeated.
They,
Yeah,
they
that's why
are
I'm surprised.
undefeated.
I'm surprised to see them.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
undefeated.
So I'm surprised to see them ranked here, man. I'm surprised to see Michigan still in the 7.
Yeah, well, just to kind of go back to the Michigan State point that you're making, like
Yeah,
I use that the history of the playoff, and last time Michigan State had a pretty good team and they made the playoffs. They played at Alabama and
right.
got scrubbed. Like you know what I'm saying. And I just think
I
just
just
that
want something more competitive, man.
right,
Like I
right,
think we're tired of seeing the same.
right.
Yeah, we're starting to really see that this playoff
There's
thing is not
levels.
working, bro. It's
Well, and there's
to a
levels,
point, right?
and there's
To,
like there. You have the Georgia tier, you have the Alabama tier, Ohio
yeah,
State, and then and Clemson not so much this year, but
yeah.
I'm
those
not
are
sold on
obviously
Ohio
the top
State.
four teams. Say that one more time.
I mean, I ain't mean to cut you off, but I don't think I'm sold on Ohio State. I don't.
Well,
I
I'm
think
just saying.
I
I'm
like
just
Michigan
saying, like
State to win that
traditionally.
game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like traditionally, like
Yeah,
those are your top four teams every year. That's like the upper tier of teams, right? And then Michigan State would probably fall into that second tier, third tier, or whatever.
Sure.
And that second, third tier is a big gap between the first tier, and I think that always gets shown. And in the playoffs, and to Tyrell's point, that it makes it very unentertaining. Like you already know who's going to be in the ship. So, just to circle it back around to Cincinnati, I do think Cincinnati playing Michigan State head to head. You could probably flip a coin on that one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You could probably flip a coin. Today, Cincinnati will win. Tomorrow, Michigan State will win.
How do you guys feel about Oregon sneaking in the back end? Because they had a loss
They're not going to be there.
they had a loss that I thought was like would have knocked them out because it was pretty
They're not
atrocious.
going
I
to be
think
there.
didn't they lose to SC?
They're not.
But they lost to somebody, man.
They lost to somebody.
Stanford, right?
Yeah,
Stanford.
and
Stanford. They
overtime.
lost to Stanford, bro. And it's
In
like,
overtime.
but they're not even Stanford's not even ranked. So like,
Right.
how do you get back
So,
to number 4? To in my, you know what I mean? That's why it's
so,
just these rankings are weird right now.
so who would
I
you
think
say?
beating Ohio State in Ohio State is a big factor, and at the end, that's their only loss. So I think once you get to that point, I mean, outside of Cincinnati, that's still undefeated. But again, I look at it. I think maybe this is how they thought of it, maybe not. But I think if Oregon and Cincinnati played, I think Oregon would win that game. Same thing with Michigan State versus Cincinnati. I think Michigan State would beat Cincinnati as well. Now, I do think Cincinnati's better than Michigan. They could probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Oklahoma. Wake Forest, I think, as
That'll
by the
be
end of
dope.
the season, we'll know exactly where we
I,
spot them at. But
I,
I think, in my opinion, I think Cincinnati's in a good spot. I think
Yeah,
even with Ohio State,
oh, shit.
I put Cincinnati ahead of Ohio State. I probably put them right at the fifth best team until proven otherwise. I think their only really key or signature win so far has been Notre Dame, right? I don't think they
yeah,
really have any other.
Yeah,
And that's not really saying much because Notre Dame
Notre
isn't
Dame's iffy.
really
Yeah.
I
good.
think,
So
bro. I honestly, I honestly feel that Georgia would pretty much scrape any of these teams, and not including
no,
Bama.
best team in the country, hands down.
Yeah, bro.
Man,
When you watch Bama play, and when you watch Bama play, right? Like Bama's good this year. Like they're a really good team. But
mhm.
you don't get that juggernaut feel from them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Georgia.
you get the juggernaut feel from Georgia. Like Georgia's defensive front, bro.
They were doing
them
they was,
them boys would eat on Alabama, bro. Like and I don't even know if Alabama would be able to move the ball effectively against Georgia
Georgia's
this
out
week.
recruited them.
Yeah,
Overall, collectively, right
yeah.
now, they have a better roster
I
than
think I'm the
Alabama.
only
That's
one.
really, really
I
hard to
think I'm the
That's what
only
Kirby
one not
Smart
sold
said.
on Georgia. I'm
That's
the
what
only
Kirby
one not
Smart said.
sold on Georgia.
You're not
You're
sold on
not
them
sold
yet.
on them?
Nah. And just a quick reason why I don't believe in their quarterbacks, Stetson Bennett
I
or
agree.
JT Daniels.
I agree.
None of them have been really put into real fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, when what's his name? I already forgot his name. Stetson Bennett was starting last year. I'm going to use the Florida game as an example. He looked deer in the headlights. You know what I'm saying? And they went to JT Daniels. JT Daniels looked good. Da da da. And then you get to this year. JT Daniels supposed to be the starter, and now Stetson Bennett's
He ain't
in,
getting his job
and,
back. I'll
and
tell you
he's
that.
not getting his job back.
Mm-mm.
But I say this, like, what's Stetson Bennett done offensively?
He's been
That
steady,
like
bro.
it
Bro, they're not giving. I'm telling you, they are not giving. They think these little white boys for Georgia can't play. I'm gonna tell
oh, they
you
can
right
play.
now.
Like,
Them boys are legit, bro. Like
yeah.
The McConkey kid. I hear
Mhm.
his name at least 3 or 4 times a game,
The
bro. Like
receiver,
Yes, Lad
Yeah,
McConkey do be making some crazy catches,
yeah.
and like
burning,
he's
burning.
yeah
Eating.
burning people, ultra
He'll eating.
reliable, just because he looks like
He's like Hunter Renfro.
he
He's Hunter
looks like a
Renfro.
freaking water boy, but that boy go out
Mhm.
there eat you up like. And the thing about Stetson, bro, Stetson, he's not making mistakes.
That's the
Not
one thing I'll
He's
say.
not making mistakes. So your
He's being
margin of
Jake Fromm.
yeah,
He's being Jake
your
Fromm.
margin of error, and I almost would even say Stetson is he's not afraid to throw the deep
More
ball.
athletic.
He's throwing the deep ball. He's fast, bro. That dude's fast.
Yeah.
He's legit fast, and he's a better athlete than Jake Fromm was. So I think Stetson Bennett is I think we're not giving him enough credit. Maybe he's not asked to do a whole lot, right? Because they have a three-headed monster in the backfield. So them boys got to eat. You got to feed them. So you can
I
control
think I think that's where they're at. Talent just takes over.
Your defense is nobody's moving the ball in your defense, and you
My-
can run the ball. You're controlling the
uh,
clock. What else do
I
you need to do?
guess I guess in my opinion, man, it's hard for me to imagine Alabama not scoring 28 points. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
like if it gets to a game where it's 28-28, I'm not liking Georgia in that situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my only thought process. Like
Yeah.
everything else, I agree with everything y'all saying with Georgia. Like they're legit. Any team on this top 25, they're scraping.
I get what you're
Easy.
saying. They haven't you haven't seen them face adversity
Yeah,
where they had to come
and
back to win the game.
Kirby Smart's a proven coach that he can't win the big game. Like I don't want to say he doesn't win the big game, but
Yeah.
Now that's a
more
fair
times
point.
than not,
I
more
think
times than
that I think that's the best point right there. I think Kirby hasn't won a big game. I definitely give you that. But again, I think they're at a point now where the roster's too good to not win it all.
He said that
Even
straight
I
up.
think Stetson Bennett, he doesn't have to do much. I think he has to be not even Jake Fromm. I think he's just been like junior year Greg McElroy. You know what I'm saying? Like taking it way back. Like not even like real game manager. You got a great backfield. You got great talent around you. Just don't turn the ball over. You got a great defense. The defense scores points. So even if you were in that situation, I think defense could be the find a way to win the game for you. So I think that's been the biggest thing for me. Seeing it is I think they just got too much talent all over the field. Offensively, defensively, to not get to that. Now maybe Alabama knocks them off, but I think Alabama's defense
I agree.
hasn't looked good. It hasn't lived up to the billing.
They're definitely two steps down.
Yeah, they're missing some of that elite talent. Like I don't think there's a first rounder on the defense right now. I think they're missing an elite talent, but Georgia has quite a few elite talents.
There's not a first rounder you said on whose defense?
Alabama's defense.
Alabama, yeah. I mean, their linebackers. That Christian Harris kid is pretty good. I feel like the Will Anderson kid will go.
I think they get drafted. I just don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think
their DBs look suspect this year.
Yeah. DBs, the linebackers aren't like C.J. Mosley or Reuben Foster. None of those guys. Like I don't really see even edge rushers. Like you don't have and Alabama edge rushers haven't done well, but you don't even have a Tim Williams type of guy right now on that edge. So
I think Oklahoma's a totally different team with Caleb Williams at quarterback.
Nobody wants to see Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, I think they're a totally different team with Caleb Williams at quarterback.
I think Georgia still beat them, but Oklahoma, they'll give anybody a run for their money right now. So who outside the top 6 do y'all think can make a run into the playoff?
I don't know what to think. I don't know what to make of Wake. I don't know what to make of Wake, man. That's my thing. I don't know what to make of them.
The quarterback's been really, really good.
I love Sam Hartman, bro. I don't know what it is about him because he's so inconsistent.
Yeah, like the past few years, he's been their quarterback. He hasn't been good.
But he gets benched like in the middle of the season, right?
Yeah.
And then magically he gets his job back. But he's been balling this year, man.
I was just about to say. I mean, he's killing it this year. I mean, 22 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, over 2,400 yards. He's top 10 in the country in both touchdowns and yards. He's third in the country in QBR.
To me, that's coaching.
Oh, for sure.
That's system related.
Oh, for sure. But he's executing. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, previous years maybe why he didn't do good is because of coaching.
Oh yeah. I think
the system didn't fit him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they changed coaches, have they?
I think they probably changed coordinators. I'm sure.
Because I think he's just getting caught. I mean, I think he's a 4th year senior, right?
Yeah.
It's a traditional 4th year senior or junior. Well, hold on, I'm sorry.
I think he's a senior.
Yeah, I'm pretty
sure. He might have 4th year senior.
He might have got a COVID year.
Yeah, he's a 4th year senior. So once you've been in it, you've seen everything. You've seen every defense, you've seen every blitz, you've seen every coverage. So you get to that point where you just kind of comfortable. Same thing with Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh, which he's
better and better every week.
He's a really good quarterback. Like
he's getting better and better every week, bro.
He's killing it, man. Like,
how did you feel about that Miami game when they played?
The freshmen are killing it. I mean, from redshirt freshman to true freshman. We got a redshirt freshman running back. With Jalen Knighton, and he balled out.
They've been raving about that quarterback. There was
Tyler
a guy
Van Dyke. So he's been playing top 5 over the last 2 weeks, top 5 in the country. PFF ranked him against Pittsburgh and against NC State. So he's been playing very well. He's lighting it up against 2 of the better defenses in the country. Not even just.
But he's been there the whole time, right?
Yeah, he was behind Garrett King.
Yeah.
So he's a redshirt freshman. So, but when you got a guy like Derek King who kind of turned the program around last year, it's not like we could have started.
You give him a little bit. You give him a little bit more of a leash.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
he's our guy now. We're rallying behind
Yeah.
him. And then on defense, guys like James Williams, who's killing it, had an interception to set up the go ahead touchdown.
That dude's pretty good, bro. He's got some range.
Bro, he ACC DB of the week.
Yeah, he's got some range for a big guy. He's 6'5". That's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. He's making plays. He's a great tackler.
What did
He's
they got
flying
him playing
around right now.
strong or
He's making
free?
a lot of plays. A
They
little
got
bit
him
of both.
playing.
We move him around. He comes down in the nickel
Yeah.
spot. He plays a little bit of everything. That's the way Manny runs the defense. Everybody, if you're a DB, you're going to move around and play a lot of different ways. Same
I
thing with
feel like who's your other safety? Is it
Cam Kitchens,
Kitchens?
another true freshman
Kitchens, okay.
from Miami Northwestern.
Dang man, they're gonna have to get Avante back on the field though somehow.
Avante's playing. So Avante's been playing. He just got back off his suspension 2 weeks ago in the NC State game.
You can't keep him off the field.
Oh yeah, so we got a 3-headed monster with 3 freshman safeties, two freshmen, and then Avante has redshirt. So it's the future's bright. I mean, we've been playing a lot of young players, and they've been stepping up. Even whether it's due to injury or the upperclassmen in front of them is not playing well. The last 2 recruiting classes are really stepping up right now.
I feel like James, bro. I feel like he kind of gives me like that Sean Taylor feel. I don't know if he plays like as far as like physical like that, but I feel like they'll probably put some more weight on him because he doesn't look like he really been in the weight room like that.
I mean, he was in high school a few months ago, so he ain't got to that point where he's bulked up.
Yeah,
he's getting
I feel
stronger.
I feel like once they get him like a full off season and he gets in the weight room, I feel like he's gonna be a problem. They're gonna be.
I'm hoping he's a Kyle Hamilton clone. Is what I'm hoping.
Yeah,
I want to see him same body frame, 6'4", 6'5", really long, got some range to run around. So if he can get to that Kyle Hamilton range,
That's a good comp. That's a good comp. Hamilton. I'm kind of down on him the past like few games though, because he seems like he gets lost a little bit sometimes now in coverage. He hasn't played well like since like I think the first part of the season. So they're pretty. He's like I think in the mock draft he's moved in the back half of like the draft now, like in the 15s.
Some Ravens because that's
Yeah,
that's gonna be the best safety to come out in years.
I'm
looking forward to him. If he was able to be there, but I'm hoping.
Okay, so we got let's see what we got. I'm trying to see if they got schedule. I don't think they got schedule. I think it's all about what does the schedule look like for these teams coming up. So Wake Forest, who does Wake Forest have next?
I know they play. I believe they play.
They should have NC State coming up soon.
Yeah, I was about to say they should have NC State or Pitt coming up. Let me see.
I feel like they would get waxed in the playoff, though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of
course. Their defense can't stand up to a real team.
Yeah, they play UNC on Saturday.
Oh, that's
and then they got NC State next week.
And they got NC State, and then
Clemson, Boston.
They still got 4 tough games to play.
Those are tough games for Wake Forest.
All 4 of them games, they could easily lose all 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's gonna tell a lot if they win them all. I think it say a lot about them if they win all.
So it's kind of like a quad, bro. It's like they're in their last like quad of the season. Their last like block of the season, last 4 games.
Yeah, the rankings could shift dramatically in the next.
It could look totally different.
Oklahoma State still have to play.
Yeah. I like Oklahoma State actually.
Don't like
them. I mean, that can
Pretenders.
Really change a lot.
Marcus
don't like them. Pretenders.
Yeah, you think so?
They good enough to be good enough. Just like Florida, they good enough to be good enough.
Is in Stillwater too?
Oklahoma's got Baylor. Oklahoma got Baylor on the 13th.
You got to go into that game. That's a tough game.
14.
I like Baylor.
Baylor's ranked 14th. Oklahoma. If Oklahoma wins out, they're in easy. Their three
I don't know about easy.
two of
They
their
might
two
get
listen, two of their last 3 games are top 15 against top 15 teams as we stand.
who would that be? Baylor.
Baylor and
Okay.
Oak State.
I don't know, man. Oklahoma's schedule is
Look,
so
bro. Look,
small.
bro. Baylor's 12th in the playoff, and
Them
Oklahoma's
Big 12
11th.
schedules be slaw, dog. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe it's my SEC bias, but
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like Oklahoma, albeit it was with Spencer Rattler.
And I think,
They
and
struggle with Tulane.
I got a hot take. I think Mississippi's on the upset alert this week against Liberty.
Wow.
Ole
I can see
Miss.
You
it.
think
I can
so?
see it. I can see
Ole
it.
Miss. They got athletes, bro. Liberty got athletes, and they got Malik Willis.
I
So
like
Malik,
Matt Corral though.
yeah,
Corral,
I do.
Corral a
Yeah,
beast.
I don't know about Liberty's defense though. So,
Corral a beast. Excuse me.
I
Corral
wish
a beast.
I'd like to see them ranked higher too. Do they? They only have one loss, right? Two losses.
They lost
I
to
No,
think
no,
Ole
sorry,
Miss.
Ole Miss. They got two losses, I
They
think.
lost to Bama. Did they play Bama yet? Yeah.
Yes, let's see. Let's see where they're at. Okay. Liberty. Okay.
And like Auburn's not finna. Auburn's not
They
getting.
lost to Auburn. They lost to Auburn and Alabama. Yeah.
A&M's not getting there.
How many games Auburn lost? Auburn's only got one loss, right?
Yeah.
I
I
think so.
think I think it's just one loss, but I can't even tell you who they lost to.
they lost to
They lost to Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah. Let's see. So let's see. Auburn, Texas A&M. No, that's 19. I'm the wrong thing. So they started with Akron.
You looking at Liberty?
No, I'm looking at Auburn's schedule.
Like I don't think Auburn's that good.
No, Auburn has two losses. Auburn lost to Penn State, and they lost to.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
And they lost to Georgia.
They lost to Penn State at
I
Penn
forgot
State.
about that.
Yeah.
That was week 1. Yep.
Yeah, they lost to Georgia.
Damn, how did y'all lose to Penn State?
Right.
Yeah. And then they got Texas A&M.
Loss.
Whew, they got Texas A&M. That game gonna be bumping.
At A&M. At
No,
A&M.
yeah, it's an A&M.
Loss.
That thing gonna be bumping.
Loss.
And they can make a run at it too.
I think A&M would have had a real shot, bro, if they
If
didn't.
their quarterback didn't go.
Yeah, if their quarterback didn't get hurt, bro, I think they might have only lost one game, dog, at the most right now. Cause them boys are good.
Yeah, they are.
Auburn, and then you got Alabama, Auburn. So Alabama could still trip up.
They could still lose. Yeah.
They could still trip up before. Okay. All right. So got a good look there, man. Let's switch gears, man. Let's talk some NFL. So the Henry Ruggs thing, man. What are y'all thoughts about that, man? Because that was just so
Unfortunate.
it was just so random, like.
It was stupid, bro. Honestly, like I can't even sympathize with him for him.
Nah, you can't.
Bro, you doing 156, bro?
Yeah.
Come on,
on the residential.
Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. You got too much money to even be driving drunk. For one, and then two to be
exactly.
That ain't even speeding at that point. Like you're endangering lives.
Yeah, you're dead.
You see, you know what I'm saying? Like that's past speeding, bro. Like you tripping. Like
that's wild.
It's terrible. Our condolences to the family of the victim.
That most definitely. And they said the only reason he didn't die is because his the engine in his car was in the back. Yeah, he was driving a C8.
You know, this type of stuff, man. You know, you hear stories like this all the time outside of just a NFL player, man, and you know. You try to preach like responsibility to our friends and to ourselves and stuff like this, man. And like you said, Desmond, no sympathy, man, for Henry. You
None,
know,
bro. Like it's
when you're behind the wheel, man, they tell you a car is a weapon, man,
Yeah.
exactly.
and especially when you're not driving responsible, man, you got you got lots of people's lives in your hands, and
So they
And
must have had.
everybody, because
They,
and I don't want to be a hypocrite, because
yeah.
I myself have
I've done it too.
driven
Yeah,
Yeah.
under the
Yeah.
influence, but
I've done it too.
I would never do something to the point where I'm driving
Bro, you hitting
double,
160
possible triple the speed
Being
limit.
cool for what?
Triple.
Like being cool for
Come
what?
on,
Like
man.
like
Come on, man.
150 at 2, 3 in the morning for what?
and
For what?
my brother said because he lives in the area. He's like he's like, bro, this is a residential street, bro. He's like, it doesn't even make sense to even be going 80 on that street.
Exactly.
He's like, it's
Bro,
literally in a residential area. He's like, it just doesn't make sense. He's like, the people,
doesn't.
because
At
they were
all.
talking about the people. You see that retaining wall right there, right?
Mm.
So the people were like,
Yeah.
That's what
they heard tires screech, and then this is what my brother was telling me. He lives in Vegas, and so they said they heard the tires screech, and then um, they heard a boom, and they heard tires screech some more, and then they came to look over the wall, and it was like the car was on fire. They said they called the 911. They called 911, and they were like, "Hey, this car's on fire, and there's somebody inside." Like, you know,
yeah,
basically, and they burned alive. You know.
yeah.
That's sad, man.
Just real unfortunate, man. Again, like Desmond said, man, condolences to the family, man.
Yeah.
That's
It's just
sad, man.
it's just a learning, man. It's got to be a learning experience. I mean,
Don't
really,
drive drunk, bro. Like,
it's the
man,
age old story, man. Age old story.
man,
Yeah, you gotta
everybody
be.
just trying to get home, man.
Be responsible,
I just want
man.
to get
Be
home, man.
responsible. And like I said, no hypocrite talk, nothing, because I've done it
Mm.
as far as
Yeah.
driving intoxicated, which obviously I'm not
Nothing to be proud about.
endorsing, nothing to be proud of, but it's another
It's
thing
real.
when
It's
you're
real.
risking lives. Not and then he had somebody with him as well. If I'm not
Right.
mistaken, they said it was his girlfriend, and she got injured as well. She's had
Yeah,
some critical injury. So when you
Oh,
have
did
that
she
many
really?
people's lives, yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh,
when you got that
she.
many lives
I
in
didn't know she
danger,
was she was in critical condition.
And
yeah,
let me
she
add
has some
this.
serious injuries.
And let me add this part too. One of his best friend in high school died in a car in a drunk driver car
Yeah,
accident.
great
So
point. Great
is
point.
I thought about that too, man. Because I know we all seen that documentary of him right
yeah,
before the draft.
E60. Yeah.
So it was like none of this makes any sense, man. None of it. And then ended up doing the same thing, and just looks out of it right there.
Yeah, still a drunk.
Yeah. Lucky he wasn't dead. He didn't kill himself, bro. Like going
But
that
that's what we were
fast.
saying before the call, man. It's always the innocent, bro. It's always the innocent that unfortunately get the brunt of those accidents.
Yeah.
It's sad, man. That's just pitiful. That's
It's just like, man,
inexcusable,
the
man.
team had so much, you know what I mean? Like they were they were rolling right now too. And it just seemed like things were going right, and then they had finally gotten past the Gruden thing, maybe, and and they weren't letting that affect him. And then now I'm sure that basically, and he was having a really good year too. He was having
Yeah, it was coming on.
he was having a breakout year, and that's it.
You know.
I
And
wonder if Odell gets released. Do the Raiders make a run at him?
you kind of have to, don't you? If those moves, domino effect like that, you kind of have to make a move, don't you?
If you plan to like,
If you really want to make the playoffs,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
Odell could step in as that Henry Ruggs as far as he still has burners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I just feel like I don't know what Odell is anymore.
So yeah, real quick, let's transition into that.
Yeah.
Because that's enough about Rose. He don't deserve any more of the attention as
Facts.
well. So with that, what do y'all think about the Odell news? He didn't. Well, according to Brown's head coach, they told Odell essentially to stay home from practice today, and he told the team that Odell, as of right now, is no longer with the team, and that his agent and the general manager are having conversations on next steps. Which, when you read the writing on the
That
wall,
sounds like release.
sounds like he'll be released soon, and they're just trying to figure out how much
Mutual.
at this point.
Yeah.
So, what do y'all think about that right now?
Man, well, I think this was never going to be a situation that was going to be resolved. He's been on the team a year and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
And albeit he was injured most of last year.
I think 2.5 years at this point.
Yeah.
I think he had 1,000 yards that first season.
Yeah,
that was 2019, I believe.
But I think everybody knows is it's just whatever you want to call it, chemistry or just a lack of being on the same page. But him and Baker weren't connecting, and for some reason that affected Baker and how he was able to run the offense, and that wasn't going to be a good formula for everybody. Odell's pouting, Baker's not making plays.
His dad, did y'all see his dad drop that video?
Yeah, I was just about to mention his dad.
No, I didn't
his
see
dad
that.
was
But
probably
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
his dad was the grease on the fire. Like once your dad comes out, and I think we experienced that with LaMelo and the balls and all that. Once your dad kind of speaks out, that's pretty much your voice, but coming out of a different verse. Yeah, so even if it's not true or not, that's how it's perceived. So
You ain't finna go back on what your daddy said.
yeah, pretty much.
You stand on that.
And then you have to go look the man your dad talked about in his face at practice, the same person that throws you the ball. So
he already wasn't throwing you the ball.
Who wasn't throwing you the ball. So it was just an ugly situation. Both parties just need to go their separate ways.
Baker just looks sus, and I think they'll give him another.
I don't
He'll get another year, but he's
he's gonna get his money.
Yeah, I don't know.
He ain't gonna get the bid money, but he's gonna get his money. But yeah,
it's crazy. He gets
I think Odell's. People writing Odell off. I still think he got something in the tank. It's,
sure.
It's just a matter of being in the right situation. It's tough going from the king of New York to Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and you got to deal with weather and all that stuff to include a quarterback not throwing you the ball.
Gettleman got his ass up out of there.
Yeah, so I think if he does get released, I think it's a good move for Odell.
He had his best years with Eli, right?
Yep. He needs a quarterback that doesn't have a problem getting him the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not a quarterback per se that goes through every read. Like, all right, progression 1, progression 2, progression 3. Like, all right, I see Odell got 1-on-1. I'm giving it to Odell. I don't care what route he got. He needs that.
Let's take a look at that video. Pull it up real quick.
Like Odell, can y'all say Odell hasn't been a top 5 receiver?
Yeah, I need to see the video.
7 years.
Yeah, he's been good, bro. Like,
no, but he hasn't been as good.
No,
in the last few years. But you could say that's injury and stuff.
Yeah, injuries. I mean, he's had injuries for sure. Here,
he's still young, man. He's 30, but
this was the video.
Yeah, that's the dad showed.
Oh man,
it just when Odell dropped it just looked bad. Be like, bro, you be open.
He didn't drop it though, did he? That was just that one was just that was that a drop?
Yeah.
That one looked like
it hit the DB's helmet.
Second one wasn't open. But I will say you could do a mashup of every receiver.
Like that too.
Dang, this what his dad did? His dad put this together?
No, somebody else, but his dad tweeted it out.
Oh wow. Dang, they went through the tape on Baker.
He be wild.
Dang.
But Baker already got his mind on whatever. And he looked at Odell too late.
Wow.
That's the worst part is because it is true. You can do that about every receiver and a quarterback. But the thing with Baker is what makes it bad is a lot of times he'll try it and it just still won't work.
It'd be too late. Like when he said, "All right, I'm gonna throw it to Odell," it'd be too late. Like I said, like that has
like
to
ball
be
should be out right now.
Yeah, like that's 1-on-1. Like if Odell can't beat this guy 1-on-1, then Odell's not the receiver.
He didn't give him a chance to catch it.
If Odell and Jarvis can't beat their man 1-on-1, then they're not the guys we ever thought they were.
Yeah. Oh, how do you miss this?
Well, this simple pitch and catch.
It's got to do with Baker, bro. Because Baker not.
Yeah,
Baker's
that's what I saw right there. Like, that's
Baker's not playing. He's not playing good football right now.
You miss Odell, and then you almost throw an interception to the tight end.
And the thing about Odell is like you don't forget how to get separation, bro.
But I think it's also a thing, man. I don't think Baker could read a defense. Like you know how like
he should have went back inside to the tight end right there.
You know how like quarterbacks in the early 2000s, like you could like that was part of their thing. Like you have to read a defense. But I think
Odell gonna mess around and go. Odell gonna mess around and go to the Rams.
Right. With everybody else.
That shit unfair what the Rams doing.
Vaughn wasn't having a great year though. When I thought about it.
You need to change the scene. He's been there for
years. I think playing with those guys that he's gonna be playing with,
he's gonna give you a little extra.
He's gonna eat. Yeah,
he's getting 1-on-1.
He's gonna eat, and you got a chance to win another ship. He was super emotional in that video. I get it. Though.
Yeah, it kind of made me emotional. I'm like,
damn.
Yeah. Dog. Odell be coming back to the sideline pissed.
Dang, that was just week. That was just week 3.
Yeah, that was week 3.
Odell ain't had a tantrum yet, so y'all gotta give it up for Odell.
That's like 5 misses. That's like 5 misses.
Oh, come on, he just did, bro.
He juicing niggas too.
And Baker throwing to the double covered.
Oh my god!
Yeah, completely.
How do you not make that throw, bro? And the thing about it is like, at this point, Odell knows who he's playing with, so you making this man lose confidence too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so to drop balls and everything, he think he ain't gonna never get a ball. So like when he does get them, he pressing.
Everything he doing, he pressing.
Hey, real quick, y'all. Real quick. Hey, this was so funny. Watch this little dead leg Baker gives once he gets to the side.
That shit that ain't work.
Right here. Watch this. The little high step.
My joke did not work.
He used to do that junk.
You think you Lamar, bro?
He used to do that junk in
slow. He's slow too.
Right.
And the safety's turning too right here,
bro.
So
it's wide open. It's a curve.
Baker should have threw for about 400 yards.
Easy.
Look at what the hell are the Vikings doing, bro? What are they doing on defense? Look at this. It's like quad coverage.
Our Ravens playing this week, so I want them to.
That shit look like prevent, nigga.
That looks terrible.
They play prevent.
That looks terrible.
Right there.
Like boom. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. What is he doing?
Bro, do you not trust your arm, bro? Like, bro, I thought you was a slinger.
Now that's a good point. I don't think he might not trust the arm.
But it's the left arm that has the labrum tear. So I'm like, you can still use your right arm.
Yeah, this is bad.
Baker be eyeing the fuck out his guy though.
It's crazy. This all still the Vikings game.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. The last one they
right
went
here,
bro.
Easy. Odell should get 30 yards on this play.
Right now.
30 yards on this play. Easy.
While we looking at this, man, can I get y'all thoughts on Trevor Lawrence? Like, Are y'all? Are we losing confidence in Trevor, or what are we? How do we feel
I
about
haven't seen the last. I haven't seen the last like 2 games. Well, last game. I didn't see the last game.
his last game? Was they said he threw it 54 times, and I was just thinking like, man, he was that bad, 54 times. But then I'm thinking like
Got to, bro.
he threw he was throwing them into the dirt though, like the
He was getting a lot of balls batted last
yeah
game, too.
yeah.
But I haven't lost
Let me
confidence.
see if I can find the. Um,
They just seemed like they were just off, bro. Like everything was just off for them.
Yeah, like they
Last
didn't
game.
practice
Yeah.
at all.
all throws week 8 versus Seattle.
I thought we had a great week of practice.
Like he's 6'6" and was getting that shit batted right back to his ass.
Those were good.
Great open field tackle.
And this was their best drive of the game, the first one.
Mm.
And they ain't even get no points.
He had
Hold
to
on.
check that right in front of you, baby.
Hold on, pause it real
Trevor
quick,
holding
Desmond,
that
because
shit too
it's
long.
kind of skipping.
Trevor be holding that bitch too long, though.
Pause it and then play it. Press play again. It's skipping for some reason. It's not playing good like your other one.
Hold on, I'll refresh it and run it back.
If you're James Robinson, do you request a trade? I mean, it's too late by now.
Yeah, I was about to say he just missed that.
James Robinson.
But y'all would have requested a trade, man.
If you're James Robinson, do you request a trade? I don't think so.
I mean, you probably get your best work here, but I'm like, bro, y'all don't be using me.
Right. That part. Is it playing better?
Nah, not for me. Marcus is
It's still choppy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's in 1080.
But I mean, he was throwing a lot of stuff in the dirt, man. Gino was playing. Gino looked like he could do something for them boy.
Yeah, I heard Gino was looking good.
Gino's playing well. I mean, regardless of if whatever offense he played good last. He played good the last week too.
He get it to the playmakers, like, and as long as you can get them out to those guys, DK Metcalf and the Tyler Lockett, and good.
Yeah, but I thought he was playing great, man. But the Jaguars weren't getting any pressure on him at all.
No,
Jags was getting a lot of pressure up front.
They just getting 8, bro. This is supposed to be the worst defense in the league, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say
they look ready. Shit. Man, I turned this junk off after the first quarter.
They gonna definitely have to get Agnew some more touches though.
Like,
why hasn't he been playing?
Agnew's good, bro. They gotta get that man. They gotta get that man, bro. Imagine how good he is as a punt returner, right? But so if he's that good at making people miss, you don't think after he got the ball he could make people miss?
Exactly.
Wow, Trevor.
Yeah.
Somebody said miscommunication.
Shit looks sus, bro.
But they'll run that bubble screen to LaVisca.
Gosh, they are, bro. Their offense.
You said that they throw the bubble screen.
They said, bro. They were talking. They were like, man, their offense is so stale.
I can imagine, bro. They run the same shit every
year. Like, so stale. Like these throws were just off, bro. He was just maybe he felt like he didn't have time. But like his
Trevor, like, bro, I could have been at Clemson, bro.
Why do they have him taking all these 5-step, 7-step drops? Like, that ain't what he does. Now you got him in shotgun. Wow, they getting crazy pressure.
He rolling out every time.
Yeah, it's pressure every play.
The first few games he was able to sit in the pocket. Then when they played down to worse defenses.
and they're not good enough to do like that'd be the most first like I don't understand if they're good and they did that. It sucked.
Bro, this is a college offense, bro.
This is so I'll say high school, bro. It's so vanilla.
Honestly, yeah, you're right. It's
There's no
very college.
It's so
motion. There's
vanilla,
no
bro.
motions. There's no like. They could at least do the shit that
There's
Daryl
no
Bevel's just
motion.
not.
I haven't seen no
Daryl
motion.
Bevel's
Yeah,
just
do
not.
some shifts or
Daryl
something.
Bevel's not a good offensive coordinator at all.
We need to stop
This is like
hiring these old dudes, dog. We need some a young mind,
And
bro.
and I was thinking about what you said, Desmond, about Joe Brady. I was watching that Carolina Atlanta game, and the play calling there looked stale for a long period of time in that game. Um, for him, and then
yeah. Without
they
McCaffrey,
pulled it out.
it's a lot
Yeah.
different. He's the he's what sets that.
Chuba Hubbard is the
He's
real
coming
deal
on.
though.
He's coming
Yeah,
on.
That
he's
dude's
good.
the
He's
real
coming
deal.
on.
He's got some good pop to him too. He can run between the tackles and he's pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a real good 2019. His 2020 wasn't that good.
They're not getting no
Wow.
separation though,
Man,
bro.
just
They
like
was
Jamal
playing.
Adams, nah.
Bro, they was playing, bro.
The ball hasn't went down the field yet.
No, he had no down the field passes, bro.
Them
He
jits
didn't
was
put the field. He
nah.
didn't push that shit down the field once, bro.
Them jits was clamped, bro. Like,
Bro, they're rushing 4 and
and he's
having really
he's taking what they're giving him too. Like
Yeah, we're
he didn't
getting no
force it.
yards
Bro,
after catch.
oh my
Nothing.
gosh.
They don't get any yards after catch. Marvin Jones is
You catch
definitely
it,
not,
you down.
Marvin Jones is definitely not getting. He was getting harassed.
If he ain't mossing a nigga, he ain't catching this shit.
Bro, this is bad. Offensive line is bad.
Look at that. He was.
Yeah, 2 people standing next to each other.
Like, bro, they said it on the broadcast. It's like, bro, they struggling to get 5 yards, bro, every play, bro. Like,
So I never mind. I look at this game differently than for Trevor. It looked like he did the best he could.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel no worse about
based
Trevor.
off the pass rush he was getting, like
pass rush, no separation.
And no separation.
It's only so much, bro. It's only so much a 6'6" rookie could do, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
by the time he gets his last foot in his drop, bro, he's coming up and having to climb the pocket like right now to not get hit. Good throw.
That was a good damn throw.
He made 3 of those throws.
Why are they not playing Tyron Johnson though?
Exactly.
Like, bro, he was killing in with the Chargers.
But they want to keep this Carlos Hyde shit.
I was about to say it seems like they loosened up, but it's 4 quarter 2 minutes left. That's why.
Still running for his life. They just blitzed him. Jawan Taylor looks terrible. Jawan Taylor
in the front 3, the guards in the guard had been bad. Like, it's been a lot of up front middle pressure. Like,
they just look at the jab. This fool right here.
Yeah, it was bad.
Agnew caught that touchdown.
Got scored on again. Still struggling. They playing soft and they still struggling. Shit, crazy.
Carlos Hyde is terrible.
Yeah.
You just sit. I just start sitting. I wouldn't even back pedal.
Come on.
I'm just gonna sit and squat. I'm squatting on everything.
So Detroit will probably go 0-0.
Thank God for Detroit.
Yeah, they might lose all their games. If they win one, though, we might get the number 1 pick again.
Get this man some help.
I don't even want him.
There's nothing in this. There's nothing in this draft though.
Exactly. Like
you'd want. Other than Stingley, like Thibodeau, I don't think he'll be able to get. He too skinny, bro. He too skinny. Yeah, he too skinny. He ain't gonna be able to get loose in the NFL. They gonna put their hands on him. It's gonna be over with.
Who?
The Thibodeau kid out of Oregon.
Okay, Von, yeah. He got the speed out. Yeah, I don't know if he'll be.
He's small, bro. He's small.
Yeah.
Fools go.
Yeah. They be hyping people up too.
He good now. I think
he is.
Once he gets it, I think he'll gonna be all right.
What about Josh Allen? Josh Allen for the Jaguars.
I'm done with Josh Allen. I'm done with that boy. I'm done.
Bro, I was done with the Jaguars. Bro, I literally thought about changing my NFL team this weekend, bro.
Oh, I've been done with the
and that
Jaguars.
and that's like 100%, bro. I was
We
like,
just watch these fools because they on
yeah,
TV at 1
yeah.
o'clock, bro.
I was like, man, I was like, bro, I don't think I
Oh
can't
my
do this shit. I
gosh.
can't do this shit no more.
Hop on the Cowboys, bro. Let's talk about the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
we got
Cowboys
last
six and
segment,
one.
man. Let's hop on it. Let's talk
Six
about the
and one, yes
Cowboys.
sir,
Okay,
yes sir. 6-1 without Dak Prescott.
what happened to Dak? What
major
happened with
problem.
Dak?
He still has that shoulder, whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know. It's never. They've never even made that injury clear, but it's still like tightness or whatever. I don't
I'm
know.
high on Justin Fields though. Off note,
He's still good. I think
yeah,
he's still.
I
He's
like
just.
Justin.
He's in a Trevor Lawrence situation.
Yeah, I
But
like Justin.
but yeah.
I just hope he doesn't get hurt. Like, you know what I mean?
They're
Sometimes
trying
they
to kill
don't.
that boy.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know like what you don't know, and that's how RG3 got his shit clapped because he didn't know when to chill out.
Nah,
See,
he
but the
just
thing
like
with Justin is like
you don't feel the pressure.
his acceleration is as close as Lamar's. Like his 0 to 60
Yeah,
is like Lamar's. You know what I'm saying? But he's built like
Cam Newton.
yeah, like a
yeah,
smaller
he's
Cam
big.
Newton, like a shorter Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? Like he's built, like he's stocky.
He's a thick guy. You know?
But them hits he took in the national championship, he was getting 8,
Yeah.
and he got up after all them. So I'm mad respect because his rib they was going for his ribs heavy. But
So
yeah, man, the Cowboys dog 6-1, like you
yep.
said. Cooper
Yep.
Rush.
Yes, sir. Man, Amari Cooper, man, I gotta give it to Amari Cooper, man. I've said all year long, CD's the new number one. He been playing like a number one for the most part, besides the drops. But Amari Cooper stepped up in a major way Sunday night. We could all point to the 3 catches, but he made plays all night. Defense didn't look as good as they have all year. Trayvon Diggs got hurt towards the end of the game, but I think we're shaping up now to get through that tough stretch. Maybe we could lose a couple games and still be sitting pretty.
Right.
But I think the Cowboys, man, they look good, man. I'm not just saying that because all Cowboys say that. All Cowboys fans say that every year, every week, but they look good.
What's going on with Jalen Smith?
Man, I don't know. Like I would say this: Jalen Smith is a good player. He's not that player I think we hoped he would be coming in, like that game-changing linebacker.
Yeah.
Just an unfortunate situation that Michael was able to come in and pretty much take his spot. And then in Green Bay, I don't know what happened in Green Bay, but I hate that for Jalen. I hope he come to Jacksonville.
I mean,
I think
I saw him running around. He looked like he was trying to make some plays in Green Bay.
Yeah, I just think with him, just that expectation, like he makes plays, but you still want him to make that play. Like what I'm saying? Like he's not one of those middle linebackers we think of like a Kuechly when he was in the league, or a Fred Warner. Or, he's not even a Fred Warner. Like what I'm saying? So it's tough. I still think you could put him in the middle of a defense and you'll be pretty happy.
I think he's got a lot left, and I think being like put down twice, I think he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder to come in and play well.
And keep this, like, dude almost lost his leg, like,
Yeah.
what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? So, I mean, albeit that's plenty of time to, recover and all that stuff, but still, like, he's a good player, bro. Just imagine if he didn't get hurt. So, hopefully somebody takes a chance on him.
Definitely.
Like I said, I hope the Jaguars take a chance. I don't think they will, but shit, they need
I think a contender would probably be more apt to take a chance on him at this point.
Like maybe even a Kansas City. I don't know how he would fit per se.
Oh, who?
Jalen Smith.
Jalen Smith on another team, maybe a
I
contender.
love him for my Ravens, but I don't think we'll take that chance.
Yeah,
Is he that bad? That's what I want to know. Like,
He's
I've
not.
always been a
he's
Jalen
not.
Smith
Not to
fan.
me. Not to me.
Not to me either. I didn't understand when we cut him, but
Yeah,
again,
that was
like I
baffling to
said,
me.
I just don't think he's that middle linebacker that you think he should be. Like he's not, like I said, a Fred Warner or a Bobby Wagner.
Yeah,
He's not those guys, but he's still a very good linebacker, like a top 100 player in the league.
they just gave him an extension, right? Like
Right.
not too long ago. So
So you felt good enough. You felt good enough about him to think about him in your long term plans. Like, so he wasn't that bad of a player. So
then the Packers, I don't know. I just don't. I don't think
the Packers
the
situation was weird to
Packers. The
begin
thing
with.
about that is he's not a. I think maybe they thought he could fit in a 3-4,
Oh no, he's not.
and he's not a 3-4. They run a 3-4,
Yeah.
so I think they thought maybe he could. Maybe they thought he could fit into something, but he's not a 3-4 linebacker. He's a
Yeah.
he's more of like a star position kind of guy.
Yeah, he needs those outside
Yeah,
linebackers to cover what he's whatever. But
yeah.
I still
So
think
for me, that feels like he just wasn't a fit in their defense, and they realized that like
yeah,
quickly. Like,
because he's
okay,
only
yeah,
been there 3 weeks.
yeah, he doesn't fit. They're like, no, he doesn't fit in. He doesn't fit in our scheme. We might as well just let him go
Yeah,
and let
well,
him go catch on with a team who runs a 4-3.
and he might not, in the middle of the season, albeit injuries may happen. He may not catch on the rest of this season, but for sure he'll be on the team next year.
I think he'll get on. I think somebody will pick him up either this in the next few days or the next week. He'll be picked up because like there's injuries. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be
And
surprised.
you're never gonna find. There's not many quality guys who you can just plug and play.
Yeah, it's not a lot
Especially
of $12 million linebackers on the street.
um,
And he
no,
was so good in Notre Dame. Like, that's the part that shocks me. Like, he was to
I
me,
think
as
a lot
far
of
as
people forget.
versatility, somebody who could play middle and outside, like
yeah,
edge rusher and middle line, like he was rare. I
yeah,
still haven't seen a prospect to come out like he's what Michael Parsons is what he was supposed to be now. But
That's what I'm
as far
saying.
as that's the mold. Michael was really following in his mold as being an
Yep,
edge rusher with a
exactly.
middle linebacker. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So seeing Jalen being cut now, it's almost baffling, man. To see how his talent just
It's like he already had a strike on him once he had that injury.
Yeah, that hurt it too big time. He was that. I mean, that'd hurt anybody tearing the ACL. Some guys come back from it and turn into Nick Chubb. Other guys, don't recover from it so well. So
yeah,
that's true. Very true.
I think he'll be good though. Shout out to Jalen Smith.
shout out to the guy, man. But yeah,
What y'all
man,
think about Aaron Rodgers?
the COVID situation.
Yeah, so how that all played out. So Aaron Rodgers, for those who don't know, Aaron Rodgers had told, I guess, the Packers organization. He even said it in an interview. They got him on an interview saying it, and he told everyone that he was vaccinated. And he tested positive today for COVID-19, and they found out that he wasn't vaccinated. And so,
he's not vaccinated.
he's not vaccinated.
Right.
But he said it in an interview. He had told the Packers organization, everyone that he was vaccinated, but turns out he wasn't. Which this isn't to make a stance or anything. To me, it's just, I don't want to say funny because, obviously it's a serious situation with COVID-19.
Not John funny.
Right.
It's a funny situation how he kind of got caught up, with the whole vaccinated. They did a full interview about it and said, like, yeah.
Was that why they were playing that about vax status and all that? Like they asked him what he thought about vaccinated players.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, okay.
So they asked him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm immunized." And that was funny. They're like, "Yeah, he said he was vaccinated, but he didn't say what he was vaccinated against." So, it's kind of funny, but it's an interesting situation because now he may face suspension because he broke all of the COVID protocols. He didn't wear a mask on the sideline. He didn't wear a mask on the plane. and in the NFL, if you're not vaccinated, you have to follow all these protocols.
Aaron
So
was out there wilding,
Yeah,
bro.
but
he was out there wilding, bro. He was just straight like thugging it. No, didn't wear a mask, didn't do any of that.
yeah, I'm vaccinated.
And
Dang.
got over it. And it kind of came back to bite him.
He should get cut, but we all know he ain't finna get cut.
Yeah, that ain't happen. And so now I wonder if that makes the Packers like, okay, yeah, now we're definitely moving on after the season. Even though they're killing it right now, they're 7-1. But does that make you even more like
it depends on tomorrow.
It depends on how Jordan Love plays.
It definitely depends.
That's true.
On tomorrow. Yeah. Like if he goes out there and shows a little promise, then it makes a decision a little tougher. But
I think he's gonna have to show more than promise. They don't do that in Green Bay.
Right.
Yeah, but I think LaFleur, I think he's at a point where it seems like he has control of the franchise for the most part.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I say he has that time that he could play with. Like, you can say, well, shit, Jordan Love did this and this against Pat Mahomes. We didn't win, but let's ride with him. But we'll see. We'll see.
I think this may have created a little controversy. Yeah, in Green Bay. Maybe not. Maybe nothing. Maybe one under the bridge in 2 weeks.
I think it's gonna be nothing because A-Rod is still that dude.
But he's definitely going to get suspended. Like, I don't know. Maybe they find him a bunch of money, but they have to.
You have to do something.
So you think
you have to do something because then it makes the protocols look like bullshit. Which again, everybody should be doing that.
Then you think that Jordan Love may be starting longer than expected.
Expected because he gets suspended for say 2 games, 3 games, whatever it is, because you broke all those protocols since preseason. So you've been breaking all of these protocols the entire time. So what does the league do? Because if not, they look bad. So it's gonna be interesting.
Definitely.
Very interesting.
DeMaurice Smith might have to pop out.
Right.
But yeah, man. So we pretty much covered everything today. We got caught up on it. College football playoff. We got caught up on high school football. See where the rankings are at. Hopefully, we'll get back on having our guests on. Try to get somebody next week after this week heading into the playoffs. We'll try to get a couple kids on some of these playoff teams and get their thoughts heading into the playoffs, man. So exciting time of year. Wrapping up the regular season of high school. We're moving on to the next week in the NFL. See what that holds. Exciting time, man. You got NBA basketball is back.
Mm-hmm.
So you got them boys hooping out there. Braves just won. Shout out to the Braves. They just won the World Series. There's just tons going. Man, if you're a sports fan, bro, like there's something out there for you for sure. Even if you love golf, there's something out there for you.
Sports gambling and all
for sure. But that's our show for today, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week. We'll be back on it, and hopefully have lots more content for you guys. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share, follow us on social media, KBV Sports. We appreciate you, and that's our show. Have a good night, y'all.
We appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.